Gamers, what's good? Welcome to the stream. Let's not waste time with intros. Let's just jump into it. Uh, yeah, they just released this early, and I was not ready. They usually do it on Sundays, and yesterday was Saturday, and yeah, and then this fuck showed up yesterday. Was not ready for it. Also, just yesterday, finally finished the My Hero manga for the first time. First time that first manga that I read before the anime. This is the first time I was ahead in the manga before the anime. And all in all, it had massive ups, a couple of downs, but overall pretty good. I was reading. I stopped in like the middle of the final battle like sometime last year, and that kind of fell off. Not for any particular reason, just life happened, and then I kept forgetting. And then they confirmed this death battle, and then I was like, okay, well now I got to get back into it. But I got time. I thought I had like 3 more months. No, this was right after Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. I was like, fuck, all right, we got to bum rush this now. But manga's done. Manga's good. Shigaraki is probably gonna win. When I first heard the matchup, I was like, okay, I know nothing about Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's the same syllable twice, Chris. It ain't that hard. Jujutsu Kaisen is like supernatural. My Hero Academia, technically supernatural. I mean, who knows where quirks came from? Who knows where the glowing baby came from? Whatever. But for the most part, that it's a given in that world. It's really it's the one for all quirk that's like the most supernatural out of all of them. So just hearing this matchup, I was like, okay, I mean maybe because it's supernatural they have the edge. But I don't know. I'm not really deep on like death battle discussion discourse, but from the little bit that I've been able to glean, apparently, I don't know if this is true. Apparently, Mahito gets his ass beat a lot and has lost the majority of important fights he's been in. But Shigaraki's he's done some shit. He's done. I'm sure they'll cover. They have to cover it. It's their job. I'm sure they'll cover it. So just only fully knowing one series, and only having watched episode 1 of Jujutsu, it's Juju. It's the same syllable twice. Jujutsu. Only having watched 1 episode of Attack in the Power of Jujutsu Kaisen. That all being all I know, sounds like Mahito's gonna get his ass handed to him. But let's go ahead and check it out. So let's just get started right now. Also, before we start, so when I reacted to Kratos vs. Asura, I paused during the analysis a lot. And I got a little self-conscious about that. I was like, I overdid the pausing. So I didn't really pause at all for Ghost Rider vs. Spawn, and then I ended up talking over all of it. And I didn't like that either. So I did a massive overcorrection. So apologies. I know anyone watching this on YouTube or whatever, apologies. I like reading the stuff sometimes. It is what I gotta have my black boxes. I gotta go through withdrawals. So I will be pausing during the analysis a lot probably. We'll let the fights will rock. We will let the fights rock, but I think going forward how I want to do these is I am gonna pause and say my bullshit and read. But the fights we will let rock. So anyway, so apologies in advance. But let's throw hands. You were thinking about making that joke? Well, I did too, and I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna. In fact, let me show the description. I'm a prophet. I'm actually a prophet. I might be the smartest man to ever live. All right, let's get this show on the road. And then after this, we're gonna get to one of the segments that I wanted to do for the birthday stream, but then the Four Loko beat my ass. After this, we will do the Mario Party Hard CPU Gauntlet. This time there will be no alcohol, so when I lose, sorry, if I lose, but I won't, I have no alcohol to blame. But for now, hands. No touchy. Let's go. And once again, let me know how the volume is. But the volume should be okay, but let me know.
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
The human disaster curse
weapons, armor, and
really
skills to
rolls
find
off
out
the
who
tongue.
would win a death battle.
And by the way, this is my fit. I've just, for the occasion, as you can tell,
Tenko Shimura
I've
was
decided
just a
this is my
sweet,
fit from
shy
now on
boy
for
who
every stream.
loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father, Tenko pushed beyond his emotional limits
Yeah,
until
that's
he
how-
activated his
That's how all good fights start. Parental abuse. He lives in a society. All right, see, I'm glad I paused for that one. He does live in a society. Suffers from kinet. I'm gonna assume that's the scratchy thing he does a lot. It's death battles are a learning experience. I did not know that had a name. Let's see. Oh, okay, no. Sudden hair whitening. All right. Okay, I thought, all right, white, he does have white hair. He is the third Sparta brother. All right.
inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for dear old dad. That one was intentional.
Tenko
Hell
wandered
yeah,
the streets
brother.
alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only
Yeah.
a hero was
I
there
think
to save
the
him.
anime, I
But
think I only
instead,
watched up to the
the
end of
only
season
open
3
hand
or
he
like
found
midway through season 4.
belonged to the
So a
devil.
lot of this
All for
footage,
one. The greatest supervillain in history.
He took
Shigaraki
Tenko under
smiles
his
are gonna
wing,
be new to me.
feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his league of villains in destroying hero society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki.
I know what
An
the hands are about.
absolutely nightmarish quirk.
I know.
It does what it says
Thematically
on the tin.
good.
Anything Shiggy
It
touches
looks
with
stupid.
All 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing.
He's got that aura. Just like he's just like me. He's got that
Hands
aura.
are his thing,
Fear
but come
aura.
on, They just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands
Yeah.
from his family.
Yeah.
That he killed, attached to his face, and explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor.
That's how he
so
saves
that he
money
would
on his
never
Halloween
forget
costume.
His rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
So I mean, there's his win condition unless Mahito's got extra lives or something.
Enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope
Not
is
the
to
frog,
isolate the
no!
part that is
Suyu's
disintegrating
fine.
before it gets to
Spoilers.
something
Suyu's
vital.
fine.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe. Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo
He plays, you know what? I take
unironically.
it back.
He
He
whines
plays
like
League
a
of
baby when
Legends.
things don't go his
Mahito's
way.
got this.
He's
I'm
the
sorry.
kinda guy
I
who
was
would
wrong.
say normie in real life. In front of normies.
But they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
No,
These
he
two
had his
rivals,
episode. He
the
had his episode.
inheritors
Get him out of
the
here.
Master's blood feud would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially
I-
when
I-
All Might
I
and
love
All for
the-
One double KO'd
I love
each other,
the-
leaving Shigaraki to lead
The
League of
motion that they
Villains
give
all
to the
by
manga
himself.
panels.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia.
I wish
for
I
a
was this
month
good at
and a half
editing.
straight, and conquered other
Oh
villain
yeah, right. I forgot
organizations to
about that
create
one. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, that was okay. That's also what I was thinking of. So like, apparently, according to what everyone says, Mahito
stakes higher
keeps
than
getting
ever
punched
before.
or whatever. I forgot. All right, yeah, Shigaraki.
Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight. And
A month and a half straight. Okay, wait a minute. All right, I misremembered. Okay, so I remembered. Okay, I know he fought the big fucking rock guy. I thought it was for a week, which is still, I have trouble getting out of bed in the morning sometimes. So a week is oh god. A month, I forgot about that part. Shit. Mahito's fucked. Who did he fight for a month and a half? His mom?
Conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All for One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko.
I'm sorry. I fell out of My Hero Academia, but you would have absolutely seen me on the news if Suyu got killed off. I'm leading the riots, dude. I'm leading the
Who
riots.
spent months
Suyu versus Kermit the Frog wed. I'm lying. Or am I?
upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky.
Okay, yeah, we do
calculated
have.
that before to be
I've only
nearly
seen the
80
first two My Hero
million
movies,
megatons of
but yeah, I
TNT,
figured that'll
almost as much as
that'll
the meteor
definitely
that
be a
wiped out
factor.
the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move
Wiped
fast
out the
enough-
dinosaurs. Hold up.
Calculated that before
What?
to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT. Almost
Goodbye,
as much as the meteor
Mahito.
that wiped
Bye-bye.
out the dinosaurs.
And
Bye
Shigaraki
bye.
can now move fast enough that his body produces
Bye-bye,
hypersonic
Tsukaisen.
shockwaves and can even catch laser
Jujutsu
beams.
Bison.
Tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic
Star and-
Cruise Pod.
Star and Stripe.
Now the new
Goodbye,
name of the
Mahito.
Move over, gigantic
Goodbye.
Megastorm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
There ain't no
Though
way.
he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became? Oh shit! More hands!
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an
Yeah.
instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend
There have
himself
been
in
several
close
manga
combat.
panels I had
But
to
that's
reread
nothing
because I'm like, what
compared
the
to
fuck is he
Ujiko's
doing right
greatest
now?
gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All for One, so what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to
Yeah.
steal and store.
And also, oh, even another thing, I might have to get, I have to my blah 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 blah. Jujutsu Kaisen. The stutters are real bad today. I don't know what's going on. I think the Gigant Machia feat a month and a half. I think that was before he got the All for One power. So good God, we're 5 minutes in. Rest in peace, Mahito.
quirks with just
Rest-
a touch.
And All for One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
I haven't even seen a
Each
black
quirk
box
is
yet. They're
connected to
like,
a
yeah, we don't have to
memory of
clarify
its user's
nothing.
essence in the
I haven't
form
even
of
seen a black.
spirit,
Not
a
my black
vestige.
boxes.
Kinda like
I summoned it from the ether. Though created from biological quirk factors, vestiges are described as being souls and spirits. Yeah, that's where it's like that's like the supernatural part of My Hero. Even though obviously quirks are like inherently like you're just born with the ability to shoot lasers, or your hair is purple ball sacks. But it's like accepted in society. So what would be considered paranormal is now considered normal by capital S society, which Shigaraki lives in as established. Yeah, it is even remarked that the vestige of All Might within One for All becomes more clear as he gets closer to death.
a piece of their soul. They exist in this kind of psychic world in
Yeah.
Shigaraki's body and can even act.
So
as
I don't know if
spirits of the
Mahito,
past should be invaded.
we'll learn about
With
his
those
skills, but I don't
vestiges
know
came
if
quirks like super fast healing,
because the
air
only one who
blast,
can be
radio
in the
waves,
vestige
flight,
realm
telekinesis,
is if you
teleportation
have
abilities, and the ability
either
to
One
track
for All
foes.
He can
or
even
All for One.
combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric.
But I'm gonna assume Mahito
However, any vestige
has
stolen or
some
destroyed-
bullshit that he can make an exception for himself. Shigaraki stole Danger Sense from Deku, specifically by stealing the vestige of Hikage Shinomori, rather than the quirk factor, proving that the two are linked.
Droid will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's
Sounds about
repertoire.
right to me.
They're
Rest in
also
peace, Mahito.
sentient, and some can
Yeah,
even
so-
fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped, because Shigaraki.
For control.
Which is when the second shoe finally.
I'm sure in context, this is a very traumatizing thing. This image right here, I don't know what is something about it. It's given reaction meme. I don't know. Me when the McDonald's ice cream machine is broken for the 50th time this week? I'm sorry.
dropped, because because Shigaraki also got All for One's vestige.
Wait, no, I have to read the black box. I'm sorry. Shigaraki stole Danger Sets from it's the same one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me when the black boxes show up?
That means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why?
Yeah.
Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tanko's grandmother.
Oh, that to mess with All Might. That is some next level hate.
All for one, more like all for done with your bullshit. Destroyed Daika City. He again fought. I thought it was a week and a half, my guy. I thought it was a week and a half. Maybe he took a break, bent down over, tie his shoes. I don't. Month and a half. I forgot that part. Caught laser beams. Proved the legitimacy of the quirk Singularity Doomsday Theory. Could decay all of Japan. Could. He didn't, thankfully. But if he did, Tsuyu can swim, so it's all good. It's a Japan can go. Could decay all Japan in a week. Far stronger than All Might. Defeated Destro, Stars and Stripes, Eraserhead, Mirko, Bakugo. I could beat Eraserhead. He's in a sleeping bag 24/7. Just give me the sniper rifle. I got him. The winner is me.
Right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose.
I got
to
him.
create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All for One to take full control.
But All for One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his right.
If I didn't know any better, some of those panels, I'd be like, this. What do you mean this is my hero? What do you mean this is my hero and not Berserk or something?
Years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that
Who
one
was the
moment,
craziest
though,
Jinx
Shiggy
main
got
of all
into
time.
The only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him. This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With
that
Robin
bag.
Hood Gold, you can now
Get
enjoy
that bag,
the VIP
brother.
treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on
But get
retirement
that bag a
contributions.
little
Privileges of
fast.
the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With Robin
I'm
Hood
back
Gold,
and I
you
see
will
you
IRA
also
contributions
like
up to
Death Battle.
8%.
Yes, I have reactions up for the
the
last two Death Battles. I've been watching since season 1. I want to do a Death Battle video for the main channel at some point. Probably won't be for a while, but favorite episode. I mean, probably recency bias, but at least top 5 is Bowser versus Eggman. At least. I don't know. I'd have to get. I would again. I'll save it for the video. If you check out my second channel, Near Chris 2, I do have Most Wanted Death Battles, which is already about a third outdated already. It's been like 6 months. I think it's already. I'm already like. I think I already have to revise it, but I'll hold off for a little bit. But if you want like a rough idea of Most Wanted, you could check the second channel. But anyway, all right, Mahito, what do you got?
Ever since Cain slew his brother Abel and
How many
his fields with
jujus
his
are you
blood,
kaizening right
man's
now?
greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if
That's
this
Death
fear took
Note.
on a life of its own?
Different
What
show.
if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming over time a living being fueled by malice?
What if
which
hatred
believes
was
in
actually
nothing but
a
the law
twink?
of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with the patch face, Mahito.
I mean, actually,
I've had people tell me
on second
I've
thought.
become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict
Also lives in a
mankind.
society.
He's no mere mortal, though, but
Fan
a
of
cursed spirit.
J.R.R.
Innumerable spirits
Tolkien.
exist, weaker or stronger, depending on the amount of anxiety.
That's the most important thing I
jealousies,
learned about
hatreds,
him.
and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
All right, I am
follows that
hearing
mankind's
overlap
fear
with
of itself would be
Chainsaw Man, it
extremely
sounds like.
powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal
My
human.
superpower
And it's
is
invisible,
purple.
making curses like Mahito
My
impossible
quirk?
for the untrained eye to
Purple.
see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito is special. You see, most
Thanks.
curses are basically
Take one for the
dumb
team, my
animals,
guys.
But Mahito has
I got
so
things
much
to do.
cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman
concept of
conflict,
philosophy?
Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing
I
but
know
his
it's a
own
Shonen
will to
Jump
power.
manga, but
It's
you're
a
just allowed to do
dog-eat-dog
that?
world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also...
Let me make sure that I heard that correctly.
Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman
Because
conflict,
coming from Boomstick, I'm like, it
Mahito
could
is
be a
an
joke. It's like,
existential
literally?
nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power.
You're hungry,
It's
eat.
a
If you hate, kill.
dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
It's
Which also
it's
makes
yeet
it
or
kind of
be
a goofball.
yeeted.
If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy, considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul
According to Principal Yaga, one can replicate a soul and its information from the information of the body, such as how he created Panda. Panda from Tekken? At least he's not a League of Legends player. You're right. I take it all back. Mahito wins.
and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't
Chapter
directly
259
fatal,
still
the
not
human
healed.
body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch! God, I thought herpes was bad.
His
One
powers
Touch
mean
Man, my
Mahito
favorite
treats
show.
humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when
Again,
he combines
another
two
perfectly good
transfigured
reaction.
humans together for soul multiplicity.
That one,
Essentially a
good
giant
gif, good gif.
torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an
All right.
opponent. Yeah.
Mahito is unbelievably
all right.
creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your
2.5
curse technique and
inches,
gets you fully in the
which is
zone.
the size
And
of
would require
Shigaraki's
reflexes moving
dick.
nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Oh shit!
Okay, so he also has a Vestige realm sort of deal. All right, so it just sounds like I'll get to my prediction.
Four hands! A domain is like a barrier
In a
of
bit.
cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and soul. The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he
Same
also
dude.
had a curse inside
Same dude.
of him.
The king of curses.
Yeah, that's
Sukuna.
so. Yeah, Sukuna was like the only Jujutsu Kaisen character, or curse rather, that I was aware of. And again, the only episode I saw was episode 1, and I'm like, oh shit, the motherfucker already showed up. It's like it's episode 1. I didn't. I thought it would be like 3 arcs later. Oh no, it's evil Yuji. I'm like, okay, no, he gets the third eyeball fucking immediately.
Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body.
All right, so-
Sukuna didn't like that. No
Okay,
surprise,
so-
and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap
All right, let me-
whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally
Oh.
battering him before going in for the kill.
Oh, they're all dead?
He's
Oh,
Defiling
okay.
their
Well, hey,
corpses
I got
to
spoiled
crush
then. Hold on, what do we
Yuji's
got?
spirit before killing
I mean, I know what I'm signing up for.
Murdering his friends, defiling their
Murdering his
corpses,
friend.
and
All right, well,
brutally
all
battering
right,
him before
well.
going in for the kill.
And
I don't know
he's got
which
the
friends.
strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a
If you get killed by this stitched together Nightmare Before Christmas twink, you were never my friend. You're mid. Other side materials such as Cursed Clash and Phantom Parade show that Mahito is relative to his fellow disaster curses in sparring sessions. Geg has also said that Jogo would die to 5 black flashes from Yuji, and Mahito can survive several from both him and Toto. And also, Sephiroth just called Meteor, it looks like.
massive meteor
Yep.
capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
Mahito gave Sephiroth the black materia.
800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades. This was a taste of the almighty curse.
All right. That's... Landed a black flash in a microsecond, transfigured 1,000 humans in Shibuya. I'm pretty sure Shigaraki just flat out killed more at the same time, I think. Survived withstanding Gojo's unlimited void for 0.2 seconds, tanked numerous black flashes from Yuji and Toto, slammed Yuji and created the ground, defeated Nanami, Ultimate Mechamaru, Nobara, Toto. I can say all 4 of those names 5 times fast in a row.
Mahito was growing into a true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And
Oh,
what do you
F,
know,
and he's a
life
bitch.
suddenly became a whole lot
Look,
more meaningful. The
Shigaraki
second
might be a
Mahito
League of
was
Legends
about
player,
to
but he ain't a
All that
bitch.
gleeful
Yo,
nihilism
put the
just
boss
a
from
bitter
Smiling
hypocrisy.
Friends in the
For
show.
him, maybe, but became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about.
God, oh my, no, I forgot. No, all right, no, I'm not gonna. I don't even remember the character's name. The 3D guy at the beginning of season 2, Smiling Friends. I can't even make the joke. I don't even remember. The whole joke is that whatever. Stop
And
All
me.
that gleeful nihilism,
All right.
just a bitter hypocrisy.
The
in
boss
end.
For
versus
him, maybe, but Mahito found
Goku.
a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
Yeah, but you're
Hey,
dead.
do you see that join button?
You don't got
that one.
bragging rights.
That's your ticket to being a death battle champion. As a champion, you get all sorts of exclusive death battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us
I
your
already
own
gave
match
y'all
ideas. Support helps us make
$5,000.
even
Leave me
more death
alone.
battle. So thank you for being a champion. All right, the combatants.
Okay, wait, hold on. The most important prediction. They're gonna show one Fortnite clip right now.
And we run the data through all possibilities.
It's time.
Wow, okay, they had the restraint to not have Mahito hitting the gritty. God bless. All right.
For a death battle.
All right. So, I've seen the preview trailer. It does appear to be hand drawn. So, they had to draw 7 trillion hands. So, which means that they no longer have hands themselves. They both broke. They can't draw ever again. All right. So, again, just purely going off of what I heard, it does sound like Shigaraki still wins, but at least if I had not heard any of that, what would I be thinking right now? Having full knowledge of one series and one episode's worth of another series. So it does sound like Mahito is going to be able to get into the Siege realm. He has hacks that can circumvent that despite, like, I was sure as I was reading, it's like, oh, I don't know, the power of love. Uraraka wants to smash Deku's nuts so hard she'll be able to get in the Siege realm, or I don't, something. I'm pulling that out of my ass, but just something. No, consistently, it's like you have to have the quirk in order to be able to go to the Siege realm. But it sounds like Mahito can circumvent that, so he can at least get in there like that. But I think just. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. He can get into the realm, and then that's it. And then Shigaraki will challenge him to a 1v1, final destination, no items on, and then he's gonna kick his ass. So yeah. Again, just going off of the My Hero manga. There were like multiple times I had to like reread a page because I was like, I don't maybe it's a skill issue on my part. I'm like, I don't know how he's doing most of this shit. He literally has All For One's quirk, and All For One's the big bad boy, and I'm still like, Jesus Christ, he's he motherfucker goes choo, and Mount Fuji's just gone, but so. But unfortunately, I caught a little bit of Death Battle discourse, and most people do seem confident that Mahito. They did a good job of making him not sound like a bitch, but everyone else makes him sound like a bitch. So I'm gonna say Shigaraki, but just off of one watch, it sounded pretty even. I forgot both of the numbers that they calculated for when they put the number on the screen. 1 smagillion tons of TNT. I forgot which one was bigger. Obviously not the only deciding factor, but so I think even if I was not privy to any amount of discourse, I think I would still gut reaction Shigaraki, but again, I'm also biased. That's the only manga that I've finished or know about at all. So, but let's see. Let's see if Mahito throws feet, because he's gonna run out of hands. Because I've never seen Horikoshi drew so many hands. He drew so many hands. So let's see. He's gonna have to throw his feet instead. All right, let's go. Again, the battles will rock. I have my gamer stuff. I got Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I got the rest of my Flaming Hot Munchies. So I'm a real gamer, and gamers don't pause. Gamers game. Gamers kill. Gamers throw hands. Let's fucking go. That was quick. I'm so sorry. I gotta higher the volume on my end a little bit. I'm so sorry. I'm not pausing to make a joke for once. I actually have to higher the volume. The analysis was okay, but I gotta hear whatever music's about to jump on. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, now, no more. Now, Zen. Gamer Zen. Here we go. Hit. Nice try, bucko.
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring him your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sick 'em.
I like it already. We're gaming. Oh, we're gaming. Oh, what a gamer. Oh, what a, oh, you see that? Oh, what a gamer. Okay, I like it already. We're good, we're good. He drew hands!
Did you actually just say that? God, how lame!
Whoa, all right. Whoa. You gotta buy the membership for the after hours content. You can't just show that. This is a PG-13 show.
Audition over.
Did I get the part?
Decay! What a rush!
No, don't rewind. I'm not gonna rewind, but did he eat his own arm? He went, oh.
That all you got?
Domain expansion.
Oh yeah, nice try. I'm gonna take you to the gamer zone.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Hands off my masterpiece.
There he is.
I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason.
My RNG is better than your RNG. What the fuck? I can't unsee that. Pretty good.
What did I say?
Pretty all right. That was not bad. That was the gamers win again. That was, you know, considering I thought the next My Hero character they were gonna do was I thought they were gonna go Bakugo next. So when I heard Shigaraki, I was like, okay, whatever. And then I finished the manga and I was like, good choice. Good choice.
Say, Wiz, like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle
That League
to
of
figure
Legends
out,
experience
which
was
is why we're
essential. Oh yeah,
breaking-
no, that entire arc in probably one of the best parts of My Hero is the part that exclusively focuses on the League of Villains fighting Destro, and like that whole thing, and then forming the Paranorman. I almost said Paranorman. The Paranorman Liberation Front. Good movie. Paranorman. I rewatched it recently. Pretty good movie. That's probably a top 3 arcs in the whole series. Like even like that alone, and again the whole Gigant Mentakio. I keep forgetting his name. All right, let's
down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different.
Oh, yeah,
and
I didn't think
Shigaraki
about that,
wouldn't be
actually.
able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Surge quirk, Shigaraki would have had
Okay, so That does check out. Mahito just like started killing people on the subway randomly left and right. Shigaraki trying to catch the R train to go to Times Square to kill Elmo. He's like, why is everyone exploding? Oh, where'd this twink come from? All right, okay, that checks out. Curses are invisible due to existing on a different spectrum of light than what normal people can see. Extrasensory abilities like Shigaraki's that do not rely on visible sight would be unimpeded.
Had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki
Mahito continuously scale to Mai and Yo. I mean, maybe I can't read every single black box because I don't even know who these characters are. Mai and Yozoru's construction techniques due to his status as a special great disaster curse. Again, rolls right off the tongue. But these still would not surpass Shigaraki's strength.
scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster, too, considering he could react.
Mahito could potentially scale to relativistic and light speed feats from Jujutsu Kaisen's final arc due to keeping up with Todo, but these still would not surpass Shigaraki's speed.
To light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could...
Reading while you have flaming hot shields in your mouth. Not a good idea. Idle Transfiguration's unique ability to nullify regeneration. Drink your gamer juice! Like reverse curse technique is predicated on it damaging souls. Mahito could not ascertain and directly target the super regeneration Vestige. Therefore, he could not stop Shigaraki from healing bodily injuries.
Heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via Idle Transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with Idle Transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks all for one had collected over all the years.
He has 7
trillion
power.
Kill a curse. That didn't mean Idle Transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's...
We'll kill him again. I got 7 trillion quirks. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. One of them's got to work. Shigaraki survived multiple one-for-all transfer attacks from Deku, which directly attack the soul and reflect identical damage on the body. Just like Idle Transfiguration, his body evolved to counter these punches automatically.
Vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of Idle Transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shiggy.
All right, okay, we get it. Shigaraki fucking wins. No more black boxes. Leave me alone. Even if Shigaraki cannot target spiritual matter, Nanami states that a curse like Mahito would still die after expending all their curse energy, given Shigaraki's massive physical advantages, arsenal of abilities, and proven 45-day stamina. Again, I thought it was a motherfucking week. He easily wins the war of attrition. An hour and a half. I'm ready to go to bed. Forever.
Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past. Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy.
Yeah,
but
when I saw that, I was like, all right, it's probably Shiggy. Shigaraki's soul is additionally shielded by a barrier of pure hatred, distinct from his soul itself. Idle Transfiguration has been blocked by Nanami's curse energy, which is born from negative emotions like hatred.
It couldn't naturally.
But what I don't hate this episode. The fight was pretty good.
Target the soul. We're able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone.
I'm not reading no more.
Shigaraki, the third
I'm not reading no more. I'm skipping that one. I'm skipping. I'm not gonna skip this one. Far stronger, larger arsenal and array of powers. Vestiges protects from Idle Transfiguration. Though this would remove one of his quirks. Which one? Oh no, you took away my quirk where I pee Skittles. They tasted really good. Not my Skittles! Mahito, regeneration made him nearly impossible to kill. Though Decay could target his soul and kill him. Far slower and weaker, could individually target Shigaraki's soul. Ha, get fucked, nerd. We gamers are united. Our souls are united. And then he teabags him. Yeah!
Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
Shut up.
The winner
You did it in the
is
description
Totoro
already. You can't.
Shigaraki.
All right. So, hey. So, one thing that I did know before watching this, I did know what the next time is. And you want to talk about an actual stomp. You want to...
Time on Death Battle.
Subscribe and join us.
Master Chief's fucking dead, bro. He's gone. There ain't no way. My man's cool death battle, but like Goku can beat them both, so who cares really? That's true, actually. Yeah, you know, on second thought, you know what? I'm not actually a gamer. Yo, fuck Cheetos. All my homies hate Cheetos. I'm still hungry though. Go ahead. All right. Fuck yeah. I gotta go back and listen to that battle track again. But cool fight. I think it's definitely a budgetary restriction. It's definitely for budget reasons. I would have picked somewhere else besides a Subway, but if they like went outside, they would probably have to drop like more people or something. Which you're already drawing 1,000 hands. If you have to draw people, people also have hands. That's more hands to draw. Like, this episode's got to come out sometime this century, dude. But otherwise, yeah, good shit. I enjoyed that. I'll probably, I wanna get around to Jujutsu Kaisen at some point. At some point. I don't know when I'll do it, but at some point. Bakugo's next. He's gonna fight Squidward. Krakatoa! No. Doomslayer wins. Doomslayer is gonna fucking win. And that's my analysis for the next episode is they're gonna license Blow Me Away. It's gonna be fire your guns. It's time to run. Go rip and tear. All right. Good episode. Mario Party time. Bitches.